Take marker. Action. Maleficent 2, Mistress of Evil, guys. Action. What's going on, Movie Talk fans? I'm Ryan D, aka Ryan680.
I'm Angela, that Callie Ange.
And this is our review of Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, guys, where Maleficent and aka Aurora, aka Sleeping Beauty, tries to unite the kingdoms of human and creatures alike, guys. Let's get right to it. This is our review, guys. Stay tuned. What's going on, Alamo City Movie Talk fans? I'm Ryan D, aka Ryan680.
I'm Angela, that Callie Ange.
And this is Alamo City Movie Talk. Movie Talk for movie fans, guys, and we bring the movie world right into your ears, devices. Thank you for making us a part of your day, guys. Yeah, let's get right to it. This is our review of Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, aka Maleficent 2, aka Maleficent is still the hero, guys. She is still the hero, the antagonist. And it is true to the story. Protagonist. Oops. Protagonist. And it is not changed one bit. And it's funny, too, because I knew a lot of people that were actually wanted to see the true villain of, Maleficent. And we're not going to mention any spoilers, by the way, guys. The true story, I guess, of Maleficent and everything. And to make sense of it all, like, I just... from the first one, I was just like, okay, they're going with a young Aurora. They're doing a very young lady, young woman. And I was just like, okay, that's not too bad. This first one. Now, going into the second one, I was just like, is this a necessary sequel?
Necessary? I mean, it's pretty subjective because, it's so hard to, because, while it may not have been necessary, like some people may not think it was necessary. I feel like I appreciated getting more or seeing more of Aurora and as well as Maleficent because I absolutely love Angelina Jolie. I think she's amazing. She was so flawless, spot on. Yeah. Perfection. Like her, I wish I could look like her now. I'm like half her age and I don't look that good.
I will say this. I mean, just the way the procedure, I even saw like behind the scenes of it, the way they put on the horns and everything. I mean, it's just a long process.
It is a long, super tedious process.
And the makeup, I mean, it just looks unbelievable. And it looks magnificent.
And it's so, I don't want to say simple because you're right. The process of putting on her entire aesthetic is pretty complicated, but it's just something so simple. Like she has the horns, she has the elevated cheekbones,
I mean, everything.
The contacts, the striking red lips. So it's something really simple.
The fangs,
Everything's
everything's
but
just so
it's
detailed.
Just so striking, and I absolutely love it. And I loved her performance in the first one. And I gotta say, I loved her performance in this one.
See, I mean, okay. Speaking of standouts and everything, I mean, we got a new cast in here. Of course, was Michelle Pfeiffer. I mean, Michelle Pfeiffer. She's not. I mean, everyone knows Michelle Pfeiffer. I mean, she's been diabolical. She's been conniving. Same thing with Angelina Jolie. Like it just. I mean, Michelle Pfeiffer comes from a background of Catwoman, of What Lies Beneath with Harrison Ford.
Hairspray.
I mean, just Hairspray. It's just she's been that diabolical, the evil woman, I guess. And to see this, I mean, we already got it from the trailer. She does play that diabolical scammist and just evil, and I love it because it's just that's what she's good at, and she's good at diabolical things. And I mean, not to say that she's only good at evil roles. It's just she's good at turning just any role she gets, she can really make it her own. And I did love that about it.
I agree. As much as the plot was a little predictable,
it very predictable.
I feel like Michelle Pfeiffer's performance, though, as the villain, she does a really good take on it.
We're mentioning all the positives right now. There's a lot of negative coming very soon, guys. But yeah, so let's go to makeup, special effects. The castle was really detailed, like to the max. I was just like, wow, the detail of the castle was phenomenal. I loved it. Just special effects in general, it was so good. Like it was just a really good.
How we see like. Of course, the reoccurring creatures, like we see, like the wooden, and please excuse me, I don't know the correct term, but the wooden, like creatures with the horns. We see, like almost like the toad-looking creatures. Mm-hmm. We see, of course, the fairies, the three fairies, the red, blue, and pink. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, pink, green, and blue. Yeah. Sorry. No, it's all good. So you see all these creatures, but we also see new creatures in this one. I actually liked it. I like the way they were animated. It's just so whimsical the way that it was done. And
they did more creatures on the animals, and more details on the animal / creatures, or however you want to call it. And it really did show us a light into that aspect of what the kingdom is after Sleeping Beauty, after all the
Aurora's crowned queen. We see like how she's running her kingdom,
and she's human, and that's the thing that she's the only human in that kingdom. Now, this story was very predictable, and I'm gonna say this: just the opening scene was very neutral to me. I always like it when a movie goes hard in the opening scene, and when it gets us right into the movie. It was okay. It wasn't good or terrible. It was just neutral. It was just like
I felt like it was necessary because
shed some light.
It does open up a story. It kind of opens up in the middle of what's happening. So we see like this turmoil already happening between some of the kingdoms. There's tension definitely between the creatures and their kingdom, and then the humans and their kingdom. So to open it up that way, it kind of makes sense to me.
And see, here's the thing. Aurora, Ellie Fanning, she plays Aurora in this one once again. And here's the thing. That first scene we get of Aurora, I'm just like, useless. I'm just like, it's useless. It really is. It's totally a waste of time. I hate to say it. Put it on the comments down below. Maybe you really did enjoy it, guys. I do apologize. But I feel like it was useless. I feel like you could have taken that out of the movie. This movie runtime comes out to 1 hour and 58 minutes. Pretty much 2 hours long.
I felt it.
Yeah. You felt it wasn't dragging in a sense, but it was dragging. Like, it wasn't too dragging to where like I'm looking at my watch. It was almost getting to that point until it hit the climax of the movie, and the climax of the movie was actually not too bad. Actually, I could have been worse. I thought it was going to be more worse than that.
I did enjoy the climax of the movie. Yeah. But I feel like there's just kind of section in the middle, maybe before the climax, before like the big reveal and scene happens. That was a little draggy for me. Yeah. And I don't want to spoil it for you, but it was certain parts that were maybe a little long or unnecessary, because you kind of see, like you said, the plot's a little predictable, so you as an audience, you kind of generally know what the direction's going, and what certain actions and decisions are done, and how it's like a cause and effect kind of thing. And
it's a PG movie. I didn't know it was a PG movie. I thought it was PG-13 or something. But
for me, the one thing that did bother me, so obviously from the trailers you see like there's like humans and creatures essentially go to war, right? Yeah. That's the premise, that there's a tension between the two kingdoms, and a lot of history, kind of blows up, right? For me, I didn't like the ending. I did, because happy ending, but I didn't like how it was. Oh, all's well that ends well,
Yeah, it was just very unethical.
Characters that were trying to, and bring upon certain doom are just forgiven. And it
was just a very fairy tale in a sense. and it just it's all in sense. It's a Disney movie. Of course it's gonna have that happy ending.
It does, but it was just so.
I just didn't want it to be so cheesy and corny.
It was so cheesy how everyone was like friends after.
It was very corny. I would say this movie is probably the corniest Disney movie I've seen in a while, and it was so corny. Then again, Maleficent 1 to me was not too bad of a movie. It had potential. Now, was this a sequel that we deserved? I would say I don't know. I'm on the fence on that, but yeah, so we'll go back on that. And then so the one scene that I really am going to say that I did love, I'm not going to mention any other quotes, any of it, but the dinner scene that you are about to see, if you do check it out, guys, the dinner scene is freaking great. That's probably the best part of the movie. I love, because
I like the banter between the characters.
Because they're both you get two A-list actresses, wonderful women,
and they're super strong too. Like they each have this presence, and they
on camera, and they're just looking at each other. And the way the camera angles is just like boom, boom, boom.
I like the banter they have, because they're two like competing forces. Because Michelle Pfeiffer can hold her own, Angelina Jolie can hold her own. They're each kind of like have the facial expressions on point. They have the tone on point. What they're saying is just they're so. They do it so well. It's and it's entertaining to watch that.
Yeah, it really is, and it really does shed light on that. Man, it was such a good scene right there. So I will say that the dinner scene.
Yeah, because you're in the theater, like, oh, Oh, oh no!
Right? Yeah. So I would say that was this the film that we needed, Angela? Was this the film that we needed at this very moment? Maleficent to Mistress of Evil.
Needed? I would say maybe no.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, I think it's because it's October, it's Halloween time, and that's the perfect time to release this.
They are promoting that, actually. Yeah. I've been seeing commercials all day about an early Halloween, and that's Maleficent. Yeah. So yes, totally, completely understand why they put this movie out in October.
Yeah, most definitely. So was this the film that so you're saying no?
I mean, do we need it? No, because I think the way the first one ended, there wasn't really like any plot holes to explain or anything, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, no, there wasn't.
So, but I do appreciate that they made this further story to further develop some of the characters.
I'll say this again, and just this movie, I didn't need a sequel. When I first heard about it, I was just like, maybe it has potential. But then after watching, I'm just like, we didn't need this. We really didn't. We didn't need this whatsoever.
I mean, I could see if someone were to argue, yes, we needed it. Because, I mean, yes, the first movie does end all well. And, Aurora is queen of the creatures, that kingdom. But, I mean, it doesn't really show the human side. Because, yes, Aurora, the creatures accepted Aurora. She's human,
the first one.
The very first one. But we don't see how the rest of the land or like the surrounding land reacts to that, and I can see where they made this and why they wanted to go with that route.
Yep, really agree on that. So I'll say I'll be like, no, this is not the movie we deserve. Rate 1 out of 10. What do you need to give it?
That's really. I'm on the fence. I would say
I'm gonna do a 5.
I would say a 5 too,
because
I like I said, I loved Angelina Jolie. Yeah, I liked Michelle Pfeiffer.
Michelle Pfeiffer. Can't talk.
It's stormy. I liked both of those characters. Yeah. But I feel like their performances alone didn't make the movie like a wow for me.
Yeah,
I wanted it to be a wow, and I love those actresses. They're phenomenal, flawless perfection, but I want to give it a 5 because I feel like the
story, the plot was just very
predictable, corny at some points. I would say, and that the only reason why it's a 5 is because the two, main protagonists, main antagonists, kind of are pretty strong characters.
Yep, I agree with you there. Would you recommend this movie? I'm gonna say yes. For any Disney fans out there, any Disney moviegoers, I said please be sure to check this movie out, guys. At a theater near you, check it out. I mean, we're all Disney lovers, and
it's definitely like your kids would probably enjoy it.
Yeah, most definitely. The family's gonna enjoy this movie. Right after seeing the Addams Family of last week, and be sure to check out this movie, Maleficent to Mistress of Evil, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, be sure to check it out at a theater near you because it's a work of art, and we'll be sure to put on
the CGI, the lands they create are beautifully really done. Good. It's super colorful. You see all these creatures. They're adorable. They're super cute. So, I mean, it's definitely worth checking out.
Yep. Alrighty, guys. And so Alamo City Movie Talk does recommend this movie, guys. But even though we give it a middle rating, we still recommend this, all right? Put down comments down below. Maybe you enjoyed this movie so much. Put us down comments down below why you enjoyed it.
Or maybe you hated it.
Tell us why, guys, all right? So Alamo City Movie Talk does recommend this movie. Am I going to buy this movie? I did buy the first one, so I'll probably just to get it. Maybe when it's on sale, I'll get it. But I probably wouldn't get it if it was $24.99 and above. I'll probably if it's like $10 or less.
This is, in our opinion, definitely not a steelbook movie.
Yeah, no, most definitely not.
I mean, I'm sure it would be, beautiful, image on it, and it'd be a real cute case, but no.
Alrighty, guys. All right, as always, I'm your host, Ryan D, aka Ryan680.
I'm Angela, that Callie Ange.
And this is Alamo City Movie Talk, guys. Alrighty, guys, so podcaster lovers, we actually got a new podcast. It's been released already. It's actually for our first ever reality TV show, guys. It's called Temptation Island, USA Network's Temptation Island, guys. And we actually been doing a podcast. It's strictly podcast format, so be sure to look us up. Google Play, Spotify, IHeart Radio, wherever a podcast could be found. You can even tell Alexa, guys. All right, thank you for making us a part of your day. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up if you like a review, guys.
Bye.
Catch you later.
Wake up, wake up.